schools prohibit their students from accessing or having different items in form of illegals such as mobile phones, cosmetics, makeup, and many more things in school. Riad is my name, and this is Riad Diaries. However, students tend to find a way of having these items in schools. Today, I'm with Bolaf and Mataka on the show. We are going to be digesting and talking about how these items are sneaked into the school premises because they've been in school. I personally have been in school, so it's what we're going to be looking at. Good to see you today.
Good to see you too.
Thank you.
So introduce your name and we start from there.
Okay, my name is Bulaf Hashim Ali, and yes, I work with Riad.
My name is Mataka, as she said, but to make it more better, it's Razak Mataka Official. Instagram, you can follow me.
Very
good.
Yes, so since you people have been in school,
Yes.
Yeah,
you've
we've
gone to
been.
school.
Yes.
We all know there are those requirements that are not allowed in schools. But we students, that is the way we tend to bring those things in schools
Yeah,
in form of illegals.
exactly.
We want to see how do we sneak these things into? Because we are being checked at the gate.
Yes. Not from home.
From home, then we come to the school, the matrons check us, and
They find nothing.
We have the tips and we're going to give them to you. But warning, don't try this at school.
okay, so
At all. Do not
Students
try
might
this
use
at
these tactics actually to benefit themselves.
all. Well, it's a good thing even the administrators are listening.
yes,
They're
so I'll
tuning
start
in.
with you, Abdurazak.
Yeah.
Like, how do you get these illegals in schools? Because I know you've been in a boarding section.
Yeah, I've been in the boarding
And
section.
of course, there are those requirements that are not allowed in schools.
Yeah.
But you find ways of having them in school. How do you
Actually,
do it?
I'm sorry, my teachers, all those guys that told me back then, but each school I went to, I brought an illegal.
Yes.
Trust me. And anyways, things are easy,
Bad
you know.
boy.
Not a bad boy, but I know the first time I brought an illegal, actually, it was through a loaf of bread.
Oh.
Yeah, so a friend was like, Razak, what you engage so yeah? And I was like, but yeah, I think you know Mugati. And the thing was, when you get that loaf of bread, you remember this thing, it's easy to untie the knot. Then you remove the first 3 slices of bread.
Yeah.
Then you make a hole.
Oh.
But please eat that bread, because I used to eat it. So you eat that, you make that hole.
Disclaimer.
But in that part, you have to consume the bread. Then you get your phone like this, you place the phone. So trust me, they'll never check the bread.
So which class were you doing that?
That was actually a senior one.
Senior one.
I was sharp.
Senior one, you are having a mobile
I
phone.
was sharp.
He says again.
So who are
he
you
was
calling in
sharp.
school?
Hey. Trust me, Facebook was the word of the day at the time.
Okay.
You know, when we were kids, bro, it's all about social media. And I used to like this artist. Who was it? This Spice Diana Richie.
Oh.
Trust me, I used to follow that stuff.
Up
So,
until now, you still do.
bro,
Yeah, you still do.
I just like her, but I don't follow
You
the
still,
stuff she does.
you
Do you understand?
still.
So I found ways of bringing the illegal, but I improved.
Oh, yeah, to better tactics.
I found out that, trust me, the negative effects of illegals is bad. You get suspensions. Your parents, you play the blame game on you. You become a nuisance in the family.
Yeah.
So please never bring illegal in school. But bread is one of the tactics we use. School administrators should.
So you first get the
caution.
3 slices.
And
The 3 slices of bread, you need to remove them. You remove the 3 slices of bread.
Nokuba ekituli wakati.
Nokuba ekituli wakati. But superloaf yasinga koza agonda. Omugati gwa superloaf mulungi nnyo, ekituli kiba kyanguwa. Kati okubamu ekituli weebati. Ekituli kiba kizze. Ng'okwata akasimu ko k'oyagala, ng'okateeka mu mugaati. Ng'ozzaako zino loofu z'okungulu tezibamu kituli. N'oguggalawo.
Ziyinza okukwasa.
Bakwata batya? Then n'ogupaakinga. Kati naye Warden batera okuba abagezi. So I remember bro was in fear. Because the Warden was joking.
Yeah.
And Warden was like, hey Razak, you brought bread. I like superloaf. Lwaki togumpa ng'otwala ewaka?
Yeah.
And I was like, what then? What ditch? Because
He sounded like he knew what you were up against.
but somehow, but nigga wanted bread. And I was like, nema mi agongo did day.
Yeah.
So that's how I survived. Then I had the phone. The other time I brought an illegal in school, I was colliding with this scholar. That's how students do it actually. It's a scenario they do on the school events,
Yeah.
sport days, visitation days.
MDD.
So MDD. So students usually collide with the scholars.
Yeah.
So I've never done drugs.
Oh.
Yeah. But that's how drugs are brought into school. So these students collide with the scholars, you understand? Then they find ways, due to the fact that those events have a lot of that, like our teachers are minding their own businesses, administration is serving their own
Everyone
things.
is busy.
Everyone is
Everyone
busy.
is.
Trust me, that on those days, illegal stuff is brought in school. And illegal shit is done in school. You understand? Two things. Illegal is brought in school and illegal shit is done in school. You know the illegal stuff?
No.
Yeah?
No, I don't. Clarify.
You're a good boy.
Very good.
Clarify.
Need to clarify.
You know, like, bro, even condoms are illegal.
In school, yes.
Yes.
So you guys, you mean to tell me
They
at your
I've
age?
never brought a condom in school.
Because you mentioned about it.
At my age.
Yes. No.
At my age, I use the condom. I can use it.
No,
can.
what I'm saying, you might not be the one that have brought in the condom in school, but they bring them.
Even with the wallets.
Yeah.
Wallets, every boy, on average, every boy at school, baba inaka condom.
no, that is the wrong average.
Wallahi, abasinga, baba ne condom mu wallet bwawe.
Like your minors, your
Atenze,
teenagers, mba muzikosa.
kati nze, nakuna ndi mwana mulungi. Era nze I grew up in a family nga bambi banjagala. Because I'm the firstborn.
Messible.
Era nze bambi, I used to get scared of such things. Omwana batene condom.
You were right,
Wallet.
actually. To get
Nze
scared.
wallahi, nali ku byange, kaali kadanke, nga kancha. Mwana bali bamuyita Zafo. I can't forget the name. He was called Zafo. Zafo nga man, amnege no kasaleko. Konza te bro batya. Sege nga man nina bu condom. Konze haram bro, ni musiram. You know, when I get that, people also use condoms. People also use wallets to bring illegals. Wallahi condom must take a wallet. Abana
Because they
must take a
don't
wallet.
check wallets.
Ngo waliyo balaba.
Tegake nze nalimbira bali nagamba ku mama wange nimugamba mami kintu kino nga kibi koze ebintu ebyo bitiisa kalira basirimu w'omulwala omwana tebakyatya.
You know,
Over to
they're
you,
also,
Bula.
they're also
By the way,
Yes.
another way illegal is brought into school.
Yes.
I went to Kawempe Muslims those times when I studied. Wallahi twali ku Kawempe. Obudida
Messible.
Kawempe waliwo n'omwana nga tuwoza alina amabeere manene. Ndi serious. Wallahi twanali Kawempe Muslims. Newaliyo n'omwana twali tumanya alina amabeere manene. Nga ffenna abalenzi tugamba, is that normal?
Mashallah.
Naye mashallah nga tukiteekako. Nga manene. Nati twagenda ne tukizuula. They called us in the mosque. It was a meeting. Bamusanga n'amasimu 2 n'entini entono mu mabeere ge.
So you want to tell me that
That's
she
why
was always
girls-
having those phones
Yes.
in her boobs?
This is
She could move with them around the school premises.
Girls are the queen of illegals. Wallahi. Abakazi baleeteeka ebintu mu buleeka babirinzanga illegal. Abawala?
kati webamukubiranga.
Ndowooza babiteeka mu silent. Nenange kyanneewuunyisa nnyo essimu ng'eba eyokya. Teyamuyokya.
So over to you, Bola. Give me some of the tactics you use to sneak in these illegals, because I know you've done it.
No.
You're not a saint. It's okay. Anything is illegal as long it can even be a shirt that doesn't have
Exactly,
a badge.
yeah. A clothes.
That's still illegal.
That's illegal.
Okay, yeah. For starters, I tried to be a good person in school back then, because the first checkpoint for me was always at home. Okay, before you set off for school, mom always went through my stuff. Okay, I do not regret that, because had it not been for that checking, I'm sure I would have been in a lot worse conditions. However, I've been a leader. Okay, I've seen students who bring in illegal stuff into school, so I know some tactics. So there are always these students in an education setting who are diplomatic in their way of life. Okay. For example, leaders, okay, a lot of leaders during the regimes I served, okay, they brought in illegal stuff. The leaders themselves. Because, of course, a leader, in most cases, there are some privileges that come with leadership.
By the way.
So if you're a leader, you're the head prefect, or if you're not checked, you enter.
Of course, they check you, but not that much.
Yeah, because you're the head prefect.
You're serving as an example. They know there are things
Yes,
you
they
can
know.
do.
They
In
trust
fact,
you that much.
Ochimani, those people who head prefect, Ovabichi, those people might, in fact, they bring in the illegal sometimes and the school keeps quiet.
The school doesn't do nothing.
I swear, I'm
You
speaking
understand?
through experience. But those big leaders, in most cases, those big leaders, sometimes they bring in the things as illegal in school, and the school
Will chill.
will chill it.
Because that's what I've been saying. Those privileges, at some point, they are misused. Because if a leader knows they won't check my stuff, they bring in whatever they wish. You understand? And then there are others who do it diplomatically by having friends within the administration system. You understand? For example, I like using the name Husna. It sounds good.
Banang Buddha Fnausna.
No, I like the name Husna.
Okay.
For example, if Husna is a friend of mine and Husna, for example, is a nurse, okay, or a secretary, okay, in anyone in up there in the administration. You understand? All I have to do is come with my phone from home, okay, and this is what most students do.
Yeah.
When I'm almost reaching the school or when I'm outside the school gate, I'll be like, "Hey, Husna, come pick it up." Okay, so in the long run, she's having the phone, so they'll check you as much as they want. You can be like, I can take off the shirt if you want, because you're sure you don't have the phone on you, but you have the phone within school already. So when you get into school, you liaise with her and yes, there you are, you have your phone. We've also seen it in scenarios where you don't actually enter with the phone or the illegal inside school, but rather, like I said, you have hands in the administration, you have friends up there. Okay, you've not gone with the phone to school, but you've bought one whilst you're staying in school. So it's still illegal because it is not. You're not allowed to buy a phone. Actually, trade is not allowed in school. You understand? So it is also wrong. So my take is about the diplomacy. See, there are some diplomatic students who are sneaking things into school. Okay, I understand there are some people who may get the privileges, okay, but misusing these privileges always has a cost. You'll always pay the cost because the humiliation that comes with, for example, someone who is expected to be of top-notch importance, of top-notch value in society, okay, being expelled or being humiliated is not something we would love to see in society. For example, just like waking up one morning, I wouldn't love to see my mother being demeaned in society. It would be very hurtful. Because, of course, naturally, I know it by default that my mom is someone I should be looking up to. Okay? So, waking up one morning and they tell me this, your mom did this, that, I would be, of course, it would be something tough for me to take in. You understand? So that's what I'm saying. The diplomacy that some people have in schools, they misuse it, okay, for their personal
privileges
gains.
that they're having.
Yes. Even the sick students. You remember the other sick guy? What was his name? There's a sick guy.
Tamale.
Tamale was the name. So Tamale was a sick student. Katinga mulwadde bwe. He always went home for reviews. People are sick. So he used to go home for reviews every now and then. 2 weeks he's in, 2 weeks he's out. 2 weeks he's in, 3 days he's out. So when the school gives you a pass out, it is very rare for them to check you when you're coming back.
Yeah.
It's very
That's
rare.
how it works.
You understand? Because at that point, you've earned their trust. They believe you know the system. You don't do what. So actually, let's not cling too much on Tamale, the sick boy, but rather any student who got chance of going home, be it school fees, okay, be it suspension, okay, be it a pass out, a normal pass out. Because when they go home, okay, eventually they'll have to come back. So out there when they are home, they'll think about a lot of things and be like, why not?
Why shouldn't I take this?
Why shouldn't I? Because nobody's going to check. Who will check? All you have to do is sign out, and when you come back, you sign in. You're in.
By the way, also another way students bring in illegal. It was a scenario actually. I think that was in my grade 10 senior 4. Where I schooled from, there was a scenario, and I know most students do this. One of the ways students bring in illegals in schools, they try to join the illegals. They attach the illegals to their bodies. before they dress up their uniforms and whatsoever, you realize that if you tie the phone with sellotape,
But doesn't the body hurt? That's sort of for
Actually,
like 4 hours, 3 hours.
when you want
fair.
something, you don't care about the heart, mwana gwe. So, those kids, as you see the phone here, nagitekako,
Nagikaliga.
nasiba sellotape,
Yes.
earphone ne charger birina okugirako, nayambala uniform. Wallahi, tell you what I said. And I'm sure most kids are using this. And I think when you realize this, tell you scary, no scary, there's no scary that checks, that touches the body, the student of the body and checks it. No scary does that. The other student bring in a Lego, students bring 2 bags. But it's a bag, is a bit. Bag is so car. That's the bag they take to the inspection section. That's the bag that scary checks. So they leave the other bag maybe in the car, or they won't bring that bag
And by the way,
for checking.
Sorry to
It's fine.
intervene. When you go back at school, who checks you? The wardens or the askaris?
When we used to go back to
Oh
school,
yeah, well, okay. Those days when you were in school, who used to check you? The wardens or the askaris?
All of them.
all of them.
But
But
still.
but the scaries have to do the work most. Remember, the warden is also, but in most cases it's 2 ways. The scary first, because you made the scary on the gate, then the warden.
But another thing I want to ask you people:
Yes.
why do you bring in these illegals?
So
Because you already know they are illegals, and even when you're caught with an illegal, there is a penalty you have to pay. Either you're
Exactly.
going to be given a suspension
Exactly.
or an expulsion.
exactly. I won't be a
But
saint.
why do you end up bringing these things when you
Exactly.
know at the end of the day begenda bazaira
Exactly. I won't be a saint. Ne omwana aba mwana. Sege. Era nze nkyokigamba abantu. There's no way you can limit freedom y'omwana. Kyagala ajja kifuna.
I know, but I'm asking why.
Listen, anti nkugamba. So one of the reasons kids will bring in illegals, illegal might be even a kanaiska shirt. Illegal, we shouldn't send on phones only. No,
course I know.
So the desire to get that freedom, the desire to get the entertainment on my phone.
Also the desire to appear.
Omanyi gwe ng'esomero gye libowa. Amasomero gabowa. Kati bw'oba n'akasimu ko ng'ekiroba ku Netflix, TikTok.
Oba muyayi. Shtufu.
Bamuyayi baseebowa.
Kawaji.
So bannanka bowadde omaako tetukaagala. Kati yakatufosinga okuleeta irigo.
Kaba forcing up.
Nemmwe bayizi. Bannange mutereere. Impact nga nnene. Expulsion cause irigo. Teba suspect. Eba expulsion wallahi.
Yeah, I know because I've been in school.
Kati you should also consider fees w'omuzadde.
Sure,
These days fees that these schools have been to, it's 1.5, 2 million, 3 million. And most kids basneaking obusimu mitwalo 12 tebaleeta masimu gaabwe. Bafuna bye bagula koza akimanya akasimu ka layisi ataga bamuwambeko simu ye.
Yeah.
Kati ajafuna akasimu nga ka layisi mu tawuni konna kakadde buno bu Oppo bu Samsung usegera. Akaleete mu ssomero.
Samsung.
Akaleete mu ssomero.
Yeah.
Usegera. Ne kati bagobe fizi oyo ebintu ng'ebyo omuzadde biba bimuyisa bubi. Nze honestly I was a victim of being illegal in school. Mostly P7 young nayitako is illegal ne senior 4 naki tebyangendera bulungi.
Yes, we are going to drive there. Since you say you're a victim of a person that has possessed illegals, what consequences did those illegals cost you during
First
the
of
school
all,
times?
I've never been with the consequences. I've never been expelled or suspended in any school I've studied from. And I was a good boy, but I used to bring the illegals. But okay, even
Boys don't bring illegal.
but the way I used to bring the illegals, like the phone, when I used to bring the phone, together there's a sim that's senior 4. When I let a sim niyiwa omusomesa. Nengo omusomesa nimunyonyola ensonga yange. Nimugamba esimu sagitereka waka cause bato bange baddalu nnyo. Nate mbadde nsaba my free times nga weekend saba nzije nkose ku simu yange. Na jingiza illegal naye finally nasukira omusomesa. Ensonga lwaki I've never been expelled or suspended for illegals. Byayingira bubi nate bwe byatuuka nga manenge gye nkitereeza. Ne mu senior 6 we nasomera nali na laptop. Nga bonna abasoma nange tebayina. Nenga na administration etegedde N'ate engeri yayingira teyayigira mu ngeri ntuufu. But when the laptop entered, nafuna engeri gye nkitereeza. Because I like the tools. My work, I do things digitally, I'm also here on talk shows, so I always have to keep track how the things moving, So I really need the stuff. Nengera, when it comes to the effects, performance, efa, nze senior 4, nanifunye nga nze national candidate, mwogo omwaka. Wallahi, because nze nali sharp.
I can't say.
You're still sharp.
But esimu, I had a phone at school. You can't concentrate when you have a phone at school.
Yeah.
You understand? Every time you need to check the updates.
But then how come you bring those phones? If you know you cannot have that so much
I've told you,
concentration.
tuba tuchimanyi.
Ricky, this is how things work. This is how things
That's
work.
how things
Some people
is.
will not bring in illegals because they want to use them. No.
Peer pressure, by the way, now you know.
What about peer pressure? There's also this thing of, I need to look superior.
Osegera.
You have to be extraordinary.
Yeah, like
If they cannot do it, I can do it.
Obero chana toina simu gwe bula funga nange Razak sina simu.
Ate ine kino nga omuntu wafujjo.
Njidese kubanga I believe muri nti I'm superior and you are inferior.
Anyways, neyanza security y'amasomero, waya amasomero agamu nga iriga ebyo. Teri we biyita. Nze nali ku Madina we natuya senior 6. Nenga wallahi tosobola kuleeta irigo natuula n'ono. Nenga irigo teyingira. Wallahi wadde gwasinga okuyingiza irigo mu masomero. In Madina Islamic,
You do not.
They have the high security in Uganda.
Really?
Yes.
Make that the highest in East Africa.
Nedi teacher ayina okutuula mu office yajja kujja kwekeberere.
Kasita kutunula bwa nalabanga.
Head teacher ayina okuba mu office ye ayinza okujja nakukeberera.
There's something lacking about
Security
that.
of
Send
Madina
him
is
to my
strict.
office.
Even binonga bino byagambye mbu teachers collide with you.
Yeah.
Bakusange.
Teri musomesa asobola kugeza okuriskinga.
Because they've read the rules and regulations.
They'll denounce the teacher.
There are also workers there, they're employees.
Atekati, such schools of security, when they used to find people with illegal at Medina, they expel you and they arrest you for one day.
A student? Yes. Where?
Osula mukomera.
Where?
Osula mukomera.
It's a police offense, by the way. How do you
Osula
have a
mukomera.
phone? How?
Izana bana nabalabanga babasibanga.
How do you have a phone? Twala byange. Twala bino. Because, okay.
Twagenda mayiza 6 yafe nga tuli baana balungi. Abanange, all students out there.
Okay,
should
so
not bring
as
the
you're
rules.
winding up the show,
Yeah.
like what advice can you give to the continuing students out there that are bringing in illegals or are planning on bringing in illegals in schools?
First of all, the advice I'll first give you students is that chimanyi iligo ngazi nyuma okwebowanga kubi isimu gwe nyuma. Anyways, iligo mbi because trust me, you're risking your life. First of all, the fact you will be expelled from an institution for an illegal will have a bad record on your name for the rest of your lives. You need that school. What dogenzewa recommendation ojetaaga banakwogera kochi wadoleta masomo ku masomero. You're fat. Kakana. We know there's time for everything. Right now, masimu tugakwata.
Of course, there is
When
time
nage
for
twagala,
everything.
nenchanjifuna. Nekintu kyakugumiikiriza. Osegera. Now, whenever you want to rush things, trust me, things won't be good. Always know embeera ya mukaddewo. Because gwe oyinza okwaga boostinga, somo lyoli mu lya bbeeyi, uyo mukadde oyinza oba nga nina ku looni. Looni these days bazigaba. Za fees. Bangi muba ku malooni.
Yeah.
Okimanyi mukadde wali ku looni, gwaleesa akasimu ku ssomero, akasimu kaadayisi waggobera. Togenda ssoma. Ate togenda kukola.
Okay, thank you so
that's it.
much.
Thank you. Riad Diaries. Please follow us. Subscribe. We're here for more content.
Thank you so much. So, like your last remarks, what message do you have for the continuing students out there that are planning on bringing illegals, already have illegals in schools?
Since we've been students,
Yes.
But yeah.
agamagezi mbosima last words kati abaana bagala kuddusa bambi toddusa video.
Kati ali awo agamba baka byogera biki.
What I understand, in school you will be under pressure to do some things that are illegal. Okay. However, you need to put something in mind. Schools do not make these things illegal because they fear your things are better than theirs.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You understand? However, the benefits or the importance of these actions of making some stuff illegal and making others legal is for our own benefit as the students, of course. We bakugana essimu toddawo n'ogamba nti bagiŋŋaanye kuba bakimanyi nina iPhone 16 teri agikwata ku ssomero si bwe kiri but they are doing it because bakimanyi wonaabeera n'essimu concentration egenda kukola ki egenda kukendeera. Okay, togenda kufuna budde bugamba nti akambeerekawo nsome ku biki so nga ate ekikututte ku ssomero kukola ki. You understand? So in the long run your grades are going to be affected ate biba bikosa gwe.
Okay?
And the parents kuba omuzadde kiba kimumenya okusasulira kiraasi y'emu emyaka emeka oba egisingawo. But we've seen these things happen. So my humble appeal is that what they've told you not to do, do not do. Because oyinza obutakitegeera kati nti amazima gali nti baŋŋaana essimu kituufu teyeetaagisa mu ssomero oba kituufu mbi mu ssomero paka ng'ekuleetedde emiki paka nga bakuwadde exposure paka ng'osuze mu kkomero gamba nti kituufu kye nakola kyali kiki.
By the way, okwongera ku nsonga bulafu n'amasomero gennyini agakkiriza abaana okuba n'amasimu gahana international bambu gagakani international.
It's an international school.
Wadde
by the way, no, let me
naga amasomero.
Okay.
But tubadde tusaba administration oba parliament oba Museveni gwampulira amasimu bagagobeeyo. Yes.
Now let me tell you about when you said Hana International. Most cases, those international schools are not on your curriculum. That is the problem. They operate differently. They're having a Cambridge curriculum. You guys, you're having a Ugandan curriculum. You know,
by the way,
of the new curriculum and whatsoever.
In the new curriculum,
new curriculum, I think they are accepted to have.
Okay, so thank you so much for being part of this show. It has been Rukia. It has been Rukia Riad, and this is Rukia.
Riad.
It has been Rukia Riad, and this is Riad Diaries. We have been looking at how these students smuggle in illegals in schools. Even when they refuse them to bring them, they find ways of how to get them into the schools. Kindly follow, subscribe, comment, and share. Bye.